Welcome back to the last and final video of this course. This is module 5, data analysis with Google Sheets, and this is the final video in this module. In this video, we're going to talk about how collaboration takes place on Google Sheets, how you can share a Google Sheets file with your colleagues, and how you can get multiple people to enter data in the same Google Sheets file at the same time. There are a few basic concepts that you need to understand for sharing. Let's go through them one at a time. Now, first things first, how do you share a Google Sheet? Well, there's a big share button here. Let's click on it. This share button, as we discussed in the module 4 as well, it is common to all of Google Drive. So whether you are sharing a Google Drive file, a Google Docs, Forms, Sheets file, you'll always have the same share button here. What this allows you to do is, currently people with access is just me because I am the owner of this file. What I can do is I can either add a specific person by entering their email here, or I can generally make this Google Sheet available to the public. And how I can do that is by changing this setting here, the general access. Currently it is set to restricted. Only people with access can open this link, and the people with access is just me. So only I can open this link. Now, if I change this to anyone with the link, anyone on the internet with this link can view this Google Sheet because the setting is set to viewer. I have two other options. I can either add a person as a commenter or as an editor. Let's see how the two differ. Viewer and commenter and editor. So I'll copy this link. I'll open a new incognito tab and I'll open the Google Sheet. Now you see, I can view everything there is to view in this Google Sheet. I can open any of these sheets in this, even the pivot table, but I can't edit anything because it says view only. If I try to type anything, there's nothing happening when I try to type. I can't edit anything. I can't do anything with this other than view the data, view whatever is filled in this because I have only view access. And change this view access to commenter, and it's auto saved. So I'll go back. Now when I refresh this, now it says comment only instead of view only. So what I can do is I can select something and I can insert a comment, and the comment can be like this school data is invalid. Let's say that's the comment I want to make, and it will come as anonymous because I am not signed in. If I was signed in with my account, then I could see that who is this person who has made this comment. And I can also, of course, always mark my own comment as resolved as well. And as the owner of this sheet, I can always see some anonymous person is currently viewing this file and they have added a comment here, and the comment is this. And as the owner of this sheet, I can see this comment, I can reply to it, or I can just mark it as resolved and be done with it. Now the third option we have is the editor option. What this does is that anyone with this link can edit this Google Sheet. So if I go back here and I refresh the page, now you see I have full access to this Google Sheet. I can change anything in this. So if instead of Kalimpong here, I want to edit this, I can just change the data validation and allow other items in this. You see what I've just done? I have now allowed, I've changed the data validation rules. Here, instead of this data being 26, I can change this to 54. Instead of this being a tick, I can change this to tick. I can do whatever I want with this. This is not what you want because this link, once it's on the internet, it can go to anyone and accidentally or maliciously the data can get changed, which is not what you want. So how do we protect our data from getting changed by anyone on the internet? For that, Google Sheets has a feature called, there you go, protect sheets and ranges. This is the feature that we need to learn and make use of. Now, first thing that you can do is, let's imagine we want someone to, you see, someone has now manipulated our data. So first we will clear all this. We don't want their manipulated data here. this one was also 26. Okay, now we are back and they've changed the data validation rules also, so I'll fix all of this. Okay, here we go. Now let's say I have filled this data, I've created this form. Now in this I have all the basic school information. I just want this information, just these cells, the highest class, lowest class, boys and girls enrollment, and whether the school has received uniforms or not. I just want this data to be entered by someone. Let's say I am the district MIS coordinator and I want to share this with the circle MIS coordinators or the data entry operators, and I want them to only enter data here. Everything else they should not be able to edit. One thing to do is I just call them, or in my email I write to them, do not enter any other data, only enter this data. But accidents can happen. Now let's make use of the protect sheets and ranges function. First thing I'll do is I don't want anyone to look at my other sheets. So I'll just select this sheet here, press this button and I'll click on protect the sheet. And here protect the sheet, sheet 1, set permissions, and the permission is restrict who can edit this range, only you, which means that other than me, no one else should be able to edit the data in this. So this is done. Now I can do the same thing for this pivot table sheet also. I'll click on protect the sheet, set permissions, done. And I'll do it for this third one also. Now let's see what has happened. This padlock has appeared here in front of these three sheets. If I were to open this as an anonymous user, you see now even though there is full edit access, I can't edit anything in this. I'm trying to type something but nothing is happening here. Same with this pivot table, the edit option is no longer selectable. Same here, I can't change anything, I can only view the data in these three sheets because they are protected, and the only person who can edit the data in these three sheets is me as the owner of this. But I want people to be able to edit these few cells in this sheet. So I can't protect the entire sheet. So what I will do here instead is I'll select all of this and I'll click on data, protect sheets and ranges. Now previously we were protecting the entire sheet. Now I will protect only this range, and this range is A1 to F10, and I'll set this permission. Same permission as before, that only I can edit, and I'll do the same thing for the other data as well. So I don't want them to be able to change this heading, so I'll add this range, set permissions, and done. Now you see it's showing me what all protected sheets and ranges I have here. So in collaboration, I have A1 to F10, which is this whole region here. And I have G1 to L1, which when I go on it, you can see there's a green outline, which is G1 to L1, this one here. Other than this, all of this data can be edited by my colleagues with whom I will share this. Let's see what happens. Now I will click on the share button. Anyone with this link should be able to edit. That's fine. I'll copy this link. Now when I open this, you see these three sheets are fully protected. Nothing can be changed in this. But in this collaboration sheet, if I try to change anything here, it says you are trying to edit a protected cell. Please contact the owner to remove protection if you need to edit. So as a third person, I cannot edit this at all. But over here, the protection has not been applied. So this data can be changed. So I can change this data here. Let's say there is some error in this data. So I can change the data like this. And I can enter new data here. Just like that. There you go. And I can always change this as well. Now, if you remember, we applied the protection only to A1 to F10 and G1 to L1. but the sheet is very big. There's all this other space in the sheet that we applied no protection to. So as a third person, I can still add items to all the other parts of the Google Sheet. So when applying the protection, I have to be careful as to what data range I want to expose to other people and what data range I want to protect from other people. So that is the basic of collaborating on Google Sheets and protecting ranges and sheets when collaborating with other people. Currently, we looked at one way of sharing, which was to share the link with anyone. Another way of sharing would be to paste the email addresses here. Let's say if I want to share it with my colleague, then I can just add them as editor, and or I can add them as a viewer or commenter as necessary, and just send this would send them an email, and in the email they'll receive an invite for collaborating on this sheet, and based on the protection settings that I have applied here, they will be able to edit. Another thing that I can do is say I want me and one other colleague at the district level to have ownership on this. So when I go to protected sheets and ranges, let's say in this sheet 1, for example, I'll change the permission, and currently it says only you, but I can change this to custom where I can add another person here. So I can add my colleague here. So if my colleague tries to open this, they will be able to edit it, and I of course will be able to edit it, but nobody else will be able to edit this sheet. So these were the basics of sharing and collaborating on Google Sheets. In the previous video, we covered all the basics of how to create a new Google Sheet, how to analyze data in it, and how to make use of a few extra features that Google Sheets offers. With this, we've come to an end of this module. Please fill out the module end assessment and the feedback form and try the exercise that's given with these videos. And I hope to see you in the next course. Goodbye and good luck.